Welcome to Roaring Tiger's Garage. I'm your host, Steven, and in today's episode, we're going to remove a door panel from a 911. This happens to be on my particular GT3, a 2007 version, but it's applicable just about any 996, 997, 911 doors. So basically, we got to pull the panel off here, pop this thing out here, pull the door handle off, pop this off, and a couple screws, and you actually have to pop this thing. There's these push pin rivet mechanisms that hold the door on. We'll show you all that when we get it off. The main reason we're doing that today is the car is almost 10 years old. It's about 9 years old now, and this particular speaker right here is blown. It rattles. It sounds like there's something rattling around in there, but I know that it's a blown speaker. So I went to Pelican Parts and I bought two. I bought one for this side and the other side. I'm not going to replace the other one yet, but I suspect I'm going to have to need to do that fairly soon. So here we go. First thing is going to be this right here. You get a little plastic tool, and basically you can pop this out. Now you don't want to just pull it. This thing has to slide up. So once you've popped it free on the bottom, look at that. You slide it up, and out she comes. See, there's a little tab here, a little plastic. Okay, take that off. Unplug it. Put that somewhere safe so it doesn't get dinged up. All right. Next thing is on the end of the door here. There's a little plastic piece, just like this. Just pop it off, and you're done. I'm also going to set that somewhere safe. Okay. There's a Torx 30, a T30. Fastener there, which we'll come back to in just a minute to get. I want to get the other panels off first. I didn't mention it the first go around, but there's one here as well. Notice I just pulled it out with my fingers. Okay, there's another screw in there. Okay, then the tricky one. So the door handle here, and then there's a T fastener right behind here. A Torx screw in the end that holds the door on. And that is I brought a couple because I wasn't sure. That's a T20. So you basically take that out. Okay. Now this gets wedged on here pretty good. So this is, all you gotta do is pull real hard. See, it's just a little plastic knob, and it basically slides on that plastic knob. Okay. See this plate right here? It pushes in one direction. Let's remember which it is. Yeah, if you push the bottom side, it basically pivots out. Okay. Okay, now we're ready to get our T30 and start undoing screws. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the T30 screws, and then we basically just have to pop the door out. There's 3, 6, 7. There's like 7 or 9. About nine of those pop-in fasteners on the back of this panel. I like to keep my screws in order. I take them off, so the same pattern I pull them off the door. I'm going to lay them down on the carpet on the driver's side here. Jump the gun here a little bit. There's another piece here that has to come out. It's tricky as well. It basically has some metal clips that slip into holes. I apologize, I had paused there a little bit to make sure I did this right. I hate breaking stuff on camera. So anyway, I just slid this really far in here, pushed out like that to pop it free, and then it comes out. So you can see there's two metal clips on top that go here, and then there's this one in the back over there. So you got to get in kind of deep, pop that one out, and as you see, you have to flex it a little bit to pull it out of the situation there. Okay, there we go. That's that. And yeah, of course there's one of these in here too. So it's 5. later. All right, here we go. So all 5 screws are loose. Now, you actually, take your plastic pry tool, come up under the panel here, slide it over until you get to one of those fasteners. You can hear it popping. Just get your fingers up under here and pull hard. I know you're afraid to break stuff, but just pull hard. I'll show you when we get it off what these fasteners are. All the way around the edge. Okay, here we go. So she's free. Now I'm going to lift it up slightly, pull it off. In the back, get back over here. Slide the camera in here a little bit. Okay. There's a little plastic clip here that disengages the door handle. If you squeeze the forward section of it, it releases the 2 clips, it slides back, and then it pivots out like this. And then you just undo, just take this metal clip out of here. I'll show it to you. Oh, there we go. There you go. Just got to wiggle it out of there. And of course, you'll see this plug over here that needs to be removed. Sometimes you just pop that little orange thing up, which will actually disengage it all. Boom, out she comes. And then there's also one other one down here. Done. Okay? So 2 plugs and the handle. Now if your big speaker is the one that's blown, you just take some Allen head screws out of here, pull it out, pull the power cable off, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it. Alright, but the speaker we're replacing is actually in the door panel, so off to the workbench. Okay, first things first is that one fastener that we didn't take out of the door. Make sure you have that. You don't want to lose track of that. So I'm going to leave that right there for now. We have a T20 for this speaker. First thing we'll do is unplug it. Okay, unplug it. T20, 2 of these units here. So, 1. 2. There she comes. And then you can see right here. See right here through this, right there's a hole. The whole bellows is torn. So now, there's this foam piece that's in here that has been there for a long time, and as you can imagine, it's starting to degrade. I tried to inquire with Pelican whether or not the new speaker came with that foam liner or not, and apparently it doesn't. They couldn't give me a straight answer, and can't seem to find that foam in the PET, the owner's or the parts manual. So just try not to touch it, because if you touch it, it will disintegrate, so just leave it be. If you had to pull it out, you could pull it out and probably buy some aftermarket foam and put it in there if you want. I'm going to choose not to do that this go around. But if it starts flaking out and I see it in the floor of the car, I may pull this back out and replace it. So here we go, new speaker in. Screw in. Second screw in. Snug. This is a door panel. Everything on a door panel should be fairly snug, because as you well know, everything rattles. So snug it in there good. Okay, put the plug back in, and we're ready to go back into the car. All right, door panels getting ready to go back on. These poppets right here are the ones we were talking about when we took it off. There's 8 of them. Make sure they're pulled up all the way. Oop, see that one? Here, it snapped up. Make sure they're all pulled up all the way, because if they're partially pushed down, they've already pre-spread the holding clips, and you'll never get it in the hole. So I'm going to do the door handle first, because it's usually a bit more challenging, and then I'll connect the electrical stuff. So this little Z wire fits down in that hole right there, like so, and then this basically slides forward. You got to push it down and slide it forward. So she's in. Okay, and then we're going to push this big power cable in here. The orange lever's got to be up. It does have a little release button on it, so you got to make sure that that's up. Put it in. Once you put it in, pull the orange handle down. Okay, then this last wire here, and there we go. Now we just got to kind of hook it over this edge a little bit, and if you line it all up, it's going to there you go. I think she's all lined up, fore and aft. Make sure you got that wire out there, and then all these bad boys here. Make sure the door handle's free. Okay. Now it's just a matter of hitting. Don't hit this very hard here, because you don't want to dent that. Once the panel's all snapped in place, you install the 5 T30s just like they came out. Again, just get them all in. Don't snug them up yet. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Again, it's a door panel, so once you got them all in there, put these suckers in about as tight as you can make them with this screwdriver style Torx. You know, if you're using a ratchet, don't give it your all. My hands are even a little sweaty, so. All right, one more on the end. Go. Excellent. So now, man, this is the easy part. Door clip. Just snaps in. All this stuff is plastic. Don't force anything. Just gently clip it in. If it doesn't go, you're doing something wrong. Okay. Do this one next. This is always tricky too, because you gotta align these clips in 2 different axes. In we go. Back one in its slot. Okay, got you in pretty nice. Now the trick is to get these 2 aligned. Sometimes it helps to kind of eyeball it through here to make sure she's lined up. There. Okay. This little plastic clip, remember we pushed in the bottom. So this clip has a little tab here, which says it's the bottom, because that's where you push it in. So start at the bottom here, put that clip in there, and then push the top. And she slides in just like that. We'll save the door handle for last. So the next is this piece here, which has the mirror control in it. I've actually had to replace this mirror piece before as well, but obviously it's just pull this thing off. pull the plug out, and there's a metal clip on either side. You can press it and pop it out. So, there we go. Okay, oops, see, I just pushed it out while I'm trying to put the plug on it. Okay. Alright, so here, make darn sure that this is clipped over this, but the back end has to, the bottom has to be out a little bit. So there, I can feel that I've gripped it, but I'm still out of the bottom here. I like to come around this side here a little bit too. So you can still see it's free on the bottom, but it's clipped here. So push it down all the way, and then pop it in place. Done. Now the door handle. Door handle's not too difficult, other than just gripping it. So you gotta get your finger up behind here. There we go. Here, slide the door handle on it. It's a tapered fit. All you gotta do is push it. You can't push it too far. And need a torque screwdriver here. Go, pull it out. Put this screw back in it. And what this screw will do, it'll finish pulling it onto that tapered post. Not too snug, it's just, again, that plastic, just plastic. There we go. She's all in, she's done. Well, there you go. It's door panel on a 911, 996, 997 GT3, or any 911 for that matter. Haven't pulled one off of the new 991s yet, but they're probably very similar. And we talked about the speakers, mirror control, and if this light ever burns out, that'd be the same way that you would get that light there too. Matter of fact, I think you can pop this sucker right off and pull it out and change it if need be. Well, there you go. I want to thank you for visiting Roaring Tiger's Garage. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell your friends and neighbors, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.